All right, we're just moving on to another breaking update where the CBI currently, what we are getting to know is conducting searches at 12 different places. Now, we are still awaiting a confirmation as to the location where these searches that are still being carried out. Let me go across to Shravan now. Shravan, the details, please. We are getting to know that CBI searches that are taking place in 12 different locations include Mumbai and Ahmednagar.
Well, in fact, Amita, this is by far the biggest searches that we are looking at in the Deshmukh, Anil Deshmukh's matter. Remember, this comes just days after the High Court has essentially given the clearance to the Central Bureau of Investigation to carry forward their entire investigation. Remember, this matter was challenged by Anil Deshmukh, basically saying that they perhaps the court should prevent the Central Bureau of Investigation from looking into this entire aspect of transfers that are taking place. But quickly to take our viewers to what we know so far, we have got an official confirmation coming in from our sources within the agency that searches are being carried out at 12 locations, which basically includes Mumbai, Thane, Nasik, Osmanabad, Ahmednagar, and a few other cities in Maharashtra is what we are being told. In fact, not just that, specific details with regards to two officers of the Maharashtra police. In fact, their name appears in the preliminary inquiry that was conducted by the Central Bureau of Investigation. Their premises are also being searched by the Central Bureau of Investigation. As far as the premises of certain middlemen are concerned, that too has now basically come under the scanner of the Central Bureau of Investigation, and the searches are underway as we speak.
So 12 different locations, we are told by the CBI. More on that, Shravan, if you can give us the details, because it is being said that the heat continues against the former Maharashtra Home Minister as the agency conducts its searches in 12 different locations.
Well, in fact, we are also getting some
Shravan,
indications.
yes, go on, please.
That there could be some arrests that would take place in this entire matter. In fact, the officers, the Maharashtra police officers, and few private individuals, in fact, 3 private individuals are now under the scanner of the Central Bureau of Investigation. Important to point out here is that they are essentially being seen as middlemen. The reason being that as far as this entire case is concerned, where you are essentially looking at a serious allegation leveled against the former Home Minister of Maharashtra, Anil Deshmukh, of extortion. And this was an allegation that was leveled by the then sitting Mumbai Police Commissioner, Parambir Singh, based on the complaint that was basically filed by Parambir Singh, the letter that was forwarded to the governor as well as Maharashtra Chief Minister, where he leveled serious allegations against the then Home Minister of Maharashtra, saying that tasks were basically given to certain officers like Sachin Vaze to collect money from orchestra bars. And in fact, now we are given to understand is that the Central Bureau of Investigation essentially suspects that the money that was collected by Sachin Vaze was actually being received by Anil Deshmukh and Anil Deshmukh's private secretaries, is what we are being told by our sources within the agency. This comes at a time when perhaps the former Home Minister of Maharashtra was looking at some sort of a relief being granted by the court. It turns out that there is no relief that the former Home Minister of Maharashtra has got, at least from the High Court. It remains to be seen whether at all there would be some sort of a relief that he would be getting, at least from the Supreme Court.
All right. So those details, that preliminary details that are coming across of the massive search operations that's happening in Maharashtra, 12 different locations, as we are told. There are private individuals too that are being searched in this operation that is being carried out by the CBI. Can you give us details, Shravan, onto the other individuals currently? Where is there their residences or, the office premises that is being searched? Any more details that you can give us as far as the CBI is concerned? I believe Yesha is also with us on the phone line. Yesha, the details, please. We are still told that the raids are currently underway, 12 different locations. Are these the residences or office premises also that are being searched? It is being said that it is all linked to the extortion matter that is being probed by the CBI.
That's right. So what we got to know as of now from these sources was that there were raids which were conducted yesterday at one of the senior police officials' house at Pune. This was pertaining to the 100 crore Vasuli Gate matter. And in that context, as of now, what we understand that there are these 10 raids which are taking place at Mumbai, Thane, Nasik and Ahmednagar. These are the places which are now currently under the scanner. Now, this entire Vasuli Gate scandal, as we heard Shravan saying that this pertained to when the former police commissioner, Mumbai police commissioner, Paramveer Singh had leveled charges against Anil Deshmukh. However, just a few days back, we'd seen that the court had declined the request of Anil Deshmukh, that is the former Home Minister of Maharashtra, to get a CBI inquiry quashed against him. But now, in that context, we have seen that this case doesn't only fall in the ambit of CBI. We've seen that the ED has also taken over the case, and in that context, the fact that the raids are being conducted, this is conducted on several of senior officials' houses. Now, this is not only Paramveer Singh, as we are hearing, it is also Sanjay Patil, whose name has cropped up according to what the sources say. And we are awaiting further details from the CBI as more details are yet to come in about the places of raid where this place, as about the locations where these raids are being conducted, and what was where exactly. I mean, is it the office places or is it the home premises which are being raided? Though we are awaiting these details, as of now, preliminary it is safe to confirm that there are approximately 10 locations where these raids are being conducted. Yes, Amita.
All right, so 12 different places that we're getting to know that this search operation is being carried out. But of the other individuals, Gesha, if you can give more details, because it is being said that till now, many of them are linked with the extortion case that is now being probed by the CBI. There are other individuals who are said to be attached with the case who are now being searched and raided by the CBI.
That's right. So the names that are coming out of these raids are that of Sanjay Patil and, for that matter, even Sachin Waze. It's not only Paramveer Singh whose name has come up in this entire CBI raids that are being conducted. And like we mentioned, that it is one of the Pune location of Sanjay Patil whose residence the raid is being conducted. So in that context, let us understand that all these names had come up earlier as well when this entire 100 crore Vasuli Gate scandal was being spoken about. And in fact, in that context, it was Paramveer Singh, former Mumbai Police Commissioner Paramveer Singh, who had said that it was Anil Deshmukh who had asked some of the senior officials to collect 100 crores from bars, orchestras and restaurants. But later on, during the part of the ED investigation, it was said that it was Sachin Waze who had collected 4.7 crores from bars and restaurants and handed over to Anil Deshmukh. Now, the fact that CBI inquiry is being conducted amidst the fact that there is a court case also going on further raises doubts for these people on whom the CBI raid is being conducted. There are parallel investigations which are going on, be it the CBI investigation, the ED investigation, also 2 court cases which are pending. And as a result of which, we had seen that even Anil Deshmukh had approached Supreme Court for certain relief from the Enforcement Directorate. So we see that the entire investigation is going on a tight rope, and as a result of which, we see that some of these people have been under the scanner for the longest time. However, they've not been present before the investigating authorities, citing several reasons. But what currently is the status is that while these raids will be conducted, there would be more details that come out from the CBI as to what their role is, because currently CBI is investigating the role of all these people, at least these 3 people in the larger Vasuli Gate scandal. Yes.
Right, so the CBI searches that are on in Thane, in Nashik, we are also getting to know that there are other locations that are like Ahmednagar and in Mumbai as well. It is now being said that the CBI is also searching the premises of 2 police officers there. Now, the details, please, Yesha, if you can continue speaking to us, because it is being said through sources that there is 1 ACP and 2 other DCPs that are also being probed in the matter and are being linked to the extortion racket.
That's right. So we had seen that some of the senior officials, earlier when the name had come out, it was only about Parambir Singh and Sachin Waze, but now there are several other senior police officials whose names are cropping up in this entire investigation. So in that context, as of now, CBI has not really revealed names except one or two names which have come out from the CBI as to whose residences or offices are being raided. But as we speak, while the raids are on, maybe in a few hours from now, CBI would give a clear picture as to what really is the investigation that's being done. Because these raids are now, as we understand, being conducted in the 100 crore Vasuli Gate scandal. And the 100 crore Vasuli Gate scandal...
Yesha, stay on with us. Shravan is also back with us. Shravan, now raids that are taking across 4 cities in the extortion racket, we are getting to know that there are certain middlemen also said to be involved in the case, and the CBI has now launched the search operation in 12 different locations. The updates that you're picking up, Shravan.
Well, Amrita, just let me tell all our viewers who are tuning in right now, this is by far the biggest, the largest searches that are being carried out in the Anil Deshmukh matter by the Central Bureau of Investigation. We are looking at 12 locations where these searches are being carried out in Maharashtra itself. Specifically, it's in Mumbai, in Thane, Usmanabad, Nasik. These are a few cities where we have got a confirmation that the searches are being carried right now. In fact, we are being told 2 serving officers who were basically under the scanner. The name had come during the preliminary inquiry that was being done by the Central Bureau of Investigation. We have been told one is an ACP rank officer and the other is a DCP rank officer whose premises are now being searched by the Central Bureau of Investigation. Apart from that, we are also picking up that 3 private individuals who are suspected to be middlemen in this entire matter. Their premises are also being searched by the Central Bureau of Investigation. All in all, this comes at a time when the High Court came out with a scathing order against the former Maharashtra Home Minister Anil Deshmukh, paving the way for this entire investigation to be carried out by the Central Bureau of Investigation. Just a quick recap, Amita, as to what we know as far as this case is concerned. It all essentially began with the then Police Commissioner of Mumbai, Parambir Singh, shot off a letter to the Maharashtra Governor as well as Maharashtra Chief Minister, alleging that the sitting Home Minister Anil Deshmukh was basically giving certain instructions to officers like Sachin Waze and others to collect hafta, is what we were being told. This was basically a bribe that they were collecting from Orchestra Bar during the pandemic. In fact, there was a target that was basically given of a particular amount to be collected, and this amount was alleged to be received by none other than the sitting Home Minister at that point in time. Now, these are certain claims that have now been rejected by Anil Deshmukh. In fact, in his petition filed before the High Court, he essentially argued that if there were certain evidences that at that point in time Parambir Singh had, and he was the sitting police commissioner, then why did he not officially lodge a complaint if he actually had that kind of information? That was one of the major grounds on which Anil Deshmukh was basically arguing his entire matter. But certainly this did not go down well with the High Court, paving way for the Central Bureau of Investigation to intensify their entire matter. In the days to come, perhaps, Amita, you would look at the Central Bureau of Investigation also issuing summons to Anil Deshmukh to join the probe, because remember, so far as the probe that has been conducted by the Enforcement Directorate, in which at least 3 summons have been sent out to the former Home Minister of Maharashtra, Anil Deshmukh, he hasn't responded to any of those summons. As far as the CBI is concerned, he hasn't been summoned, but sources within the agency certainly indicating that in the days to come, there could be, very soon, there could be an attempt that will be made by the agency to at least call Anil Deshmukh so that he joins the probe as soon as possible.
All right, Shravan, thanks very much for those details. So initial information that is coming across of the biggest movement yet in the extortion case that is taking place on part of the CBI, where 12 different locations spread across 4 different cities where the search operations currently that is being carried out. And it is being said, according to sources, that is being linked to even the sitting officials within the police that are currently being searched upon their premises. And top sources have also confirmed that there are parallel raids that are being conducted on part of the CBI.